Okay, I read the book Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer. A short summary of the book is that it's about the tragic event that took place on Mount Everest, and it explores the themes of ambition and the deadly consequences of human actions and the decisions they make in a small amount of time. I believe that anyone who enjoys adventurous or survival stories would really be interested in this book because it takes place as an adventure and it's a survival story of them surviving while climbing to the summit on Mount Everest. And I believe that if you enjoy stories that are also set in, high stake environments, this would be a really good book for you to enjoy. And life tragedies as well. That's really good in this book, and that if you like life tragedies, if you like reading about life tragedies, you would like this book. My general thoughts about this book is that I found it very interesting and thrilling, and it left an impression on me in a way because of all the details Krakauer put into his writing. He put so many details, and it just made me so intrigued and wanted to keep reading in one sitting. I'd probably read it over and over again because how much I did like the book, because myself, I don't like reading as much, but I do love the topic about Mount Everest, and just the way he wrote made me fall in love with his writing and just the book itself. I liked the thrilling adventure and the vivid descriptions, as well as his detailed writing, because like I said, that did keep me very intrigued and wanted to keep reading the book. I disliked how boring it could get, because with how detailed his writing was about every event, it wasn't as interesting and whatnot, but it was also just difficult to keep reading in one sitting because of how detailed it could get, so it's kind of like a 50-50 with it. I would give this book a 5 out of 5 because it is very interesting, and I would read it again. And I love anything based on real events, especially if it involves Mount Everest, because it shows the true consequences that can happen while climbing to the top. And it also helps people who wants to climb to the top of Mount Everest, and that's their goal in life. That can be part of their research. They can read this book and see all the consequences that can happen, and it can help them make up their mind. Because while reading this book, growing up, I wanted to do it too. But reading this book obviously made me change my mind because of all that happened throughout it. Because there are so many deadly consequences of climbing to the summit of Mount Everest. But yeah, that's Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer.